Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 5th to the 11th of November. You may want to consider this reading as a post-eclipse check-in as well, because we had a partial lunar eclipse in Taurus, in your sign, on the 28th of October. So if you want to take it as that, then that's fine. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. And if you'd like a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for information on how to do that. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to begin with a message from the Isis Oracle, and that will be your theme for this weekly check-in. So what does Taurus need to know for the 5th to the 11th of November? What does Taurus need to know for the 5th to the 11th of November, please? So I will let these two fall out, but I'm going to put the rest back because that was a lot. So you've got two. So this is a pocket edition. So all the writing's on one side and the images on the other. But anyway, so that's your first one. And it says, talismans of potency. Sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, bringing physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world as a part of your spiritual practice. So that kind of feels like magician energy, doesn't it? And yes, my candle has just blown out as we've started the reading. So I'll just read this and then I'll sort that out. So the second card you have is initiation. When you are being initiated into the divine mysteries of light, love and power, there are moments of profound challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge, the opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenges. You shall thrive. So did it say tools in here? Oh no. Yeah, it does say sacred tools. I mean, it could be spiritual. What's coming to mind as well is, you know, like in where we learn the tools to, like in psychology, where the way I view counselling, and probably the way it's probably described as well, is if you go to counselling or therapy or whatever, it's not that the counsellor is there to fix you. It's there to give you the tools, the mental tools or whatever, emotional tools, so that you can help yourself. And that's what's coming to mind as well. It doesn't have to be specifically about psychology, but it's about just other things aside from spiritual as well. So I'm just going to address this candle and then we'll begin properly. Okay, Taurus, so let's get your theme from the tarot as well and see what else you need to know. So what else does Taurus need to know as their main theme for the 5th to the 11th of November? So you've got the Nine of Pentacles there. Might be something about learning to become more independent in a specific area, if not all of your life. So what's your energy specifically? How are you handling things? How are you dealing with things? Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Okay, that is a very odd, very, very odd combination of cards. Right, external or surrounding energies. Yep. Maybe something here about needing to open up to happiness, to be honest. You've got the Six of Wands. Yeah, potentially something about putting yourself in the spotlight as well with that Six of Wands. But let's see what else comes out. So any guidance for you? Nope. I'm going to try that again. That didn't feel right anyway. So any guidance for Taurus, please? Yeah. So you've got the World and the Two of Pentacles. I nearly said Ten of Pentacles, then Two of Pentacles. It feels like there's something around freedom and independence here, to be honest. But we'll see. So let's look at the clarifiers. So for the Nine of Pentacles, that's your main theme. Why is the Nine of Pentacles there for Taurus? So you've got the Page of Swords, first of all, which is a card of learning, potentially. So that could be the tools, it could be mental tools, something that you learn. There is a common theme, I will warn you, with a lot of the signs I've read for so far. You're my ninth sign, of going shutting out old cycles and moving into the new one, or learning things to take into the new cycle, those kinds of themes. So you may be learning, you may be, it mentions the tools here, you may be learning new tools to take with you into a new cycle. Something about that Fool kind of feels like independence as well, to be honest. But let's see. The Nine of Pentacles can be about coming out of your comfort zone sometimes as well. And with that Four of Pentacles, I mean, the Four of Pentacles 100% is a comfort zone, isn't it? I mean, it can be a protective energy, but it's a comfort zone either way. So it may be that as well, that you may be learning the tools you need, or need to learn certain tools or something to come out of your comfort zone and be willing to take more chances, more risks, because the Fool is about risks as well, isn't it? So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Anything else? We've got the Seven of Wands. Anything else? We've got Justice, and we have the Three of Wands. That's a lot of contradictory energy, isn't it? I'm going to look at the Knight of Pentacles on its own. I feel like there's a need to be more open to opportunities and experiences here. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles. Oop. Knight of Pentacles, please. Yeah, I mean, Two of Wands is about choosing a path, and then with the Knight of Pentacles, it's choosing what path to commit to, isn't it? So it may be like a need to do something differently, or to do things differently in general. God, you've got a lot there. You've got the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and the Magician. Yeah, that's about confidence and independence, that is. It's like, I'd say there's something about trusting yourself here and trusting your abilities to make the right choices or the best choices for you. But with these cards here, so you've got the Page of Swords. As I said, it's learning. I mean, it's having an open mind as well for me. The Page of Swords, it can be about learning, but it can be about having an open mind. And the Fool, free spirit, definitely has an open mind. So it's like saying there's a need here to be open to new experiences and opportunities, and then not being afraid to commit to a certain path. Like you may, I mean, is Taurus over analytical? I don't think so, really. I don't know. I don't really think of Taurus as being overly analytical, but you are a fixed sign, I believe. Yeah, I think you're a fixed sign. So I feel like I'm wrong in saying that, but Scorpio's a fixed sign, aren't they? And you're opposite. I feel like, let me check. Just bear with me one moment. Yes, that was right. You are a fixed sign. It's because Leo is a fixed sign as well. And I was thinking, can two earth signs be fixed? But yeah, ignore me. So yes, you are a fixed sign, which means that sometimes you can be set in your ways. Potentially you can be set on old habits. There can sometimes be a reluctance to change as well, or to do things differently when it's a fixed sign. So yeah, there may be a need to sort of let go of that, be more open, and be willing to commit yourself to a path where things are kind of uncertain. Trust that you'll learn. You have the capability to use what you already know and learn more as you go on that path, as you pursue that path as well. And it's okay to have a balance between knowing what you know and not knowing, being inexperienced and learning as you go. It's like the Queen of Pentacles is the bridge. You can still take care of yourself and nurture yourself and have your values, even if you're not 100% certain what's going to happen. It's an element of confidence that's there. It's like that's the tools, isn't it? The Magician, I mentioned it earlier. You will, if you don't already have the tools, then you'll gain them on the journey. So yeah, there's a sense of here potentially coming out of your comfort zone and probably being more independent as well. The Seven of Wands in reverse for me, it's about being, again, opening up, being less defensive and trusting that things will work out, that you'll be able to figure things out. Even if that exact situation doesn't go the way you want it to, you'll learn from that and you'll take the tools that you learn in that situation into the next situation, to make that one potentially work out. And then it's just a constant cycle, isn't it, anyway? Three of Wands, again, it's a need to be more open. So that's, yeah, I think that's that for that one. You may be someone who's relied on a certain person. You know, like sometimes people have a parent or a grandparent or a friend or someone that always helps them to make decisions. That might be something that's coming up for you as well. That you have a specific person where any decision you make is like, oh, I'm going to consult such and such first, and that reassures you. But it's like, well, no, you have to trust yourself first. There's nothing wrong with talking to people, but you also have to learn. I don't know, I've dropped all the cards. You have to learn to think for yourself as well and to trust your ability to make decisions without relying on someone else's advice. And of course it depends on the situation. Some situations are really, really tough and you have to talk to someone, but still, even if you do, it's your decision at the end of the day. It can't be, oh, well, when they tell me what to do, then I'll follow that. It's like, well, no, I'll speak to them to get different perspectives or to, like, a sounding board or whatever, but it's ultimately it's your decision, isn't it, what you do? So you may be initiated into a greater sense of independence and openness, to be honest. I mean, it says here, doesn't it? The key is to find the light within the challenge. So as I said, if there are any challenges or things don't work out as you hope, then you can gain the tools from that experience. Ooh, my ring has fallen off, so let me just, or part of my ring has fallen off, so I'm just going to take that off. So bear with me a minute. Don't know why we're getting so many interruptions, Taurus. It's really really odd. But let's put these cards back on that Nine of Pentacles, and we're going to look at the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups as well. So again, be more open and trusting yourself. So let's see what comes out for that. Yep, that would be the transformation. Does it say it here? Transforming any situation, transforming yourself as well, potentially. But card of change, Wheel of Fortune, being open to change and doing things differently. Just bear with me, that has fallen somewhere and I can't actually see where it is. Hopefully it was just one card. I think it was just the one. Okay. So you got the Seven of Cups. Anything else? You've got the Star. And you've got the Three of Cups as well. So let's look at the Seven of Cups on its own. So the Star is a card of hope, isn't it? But let's look at the Seven of Cups on its own. It can be about wishes, dreams, aspirations too. I feel like the Seven of Cups is about illusion, potentially, or deception. You know what I was saying about being a fixed sign, where you may be kind of set in your ways, or you have set ways of doing things, or you struggle where you can only see things from a certain perspective. And Seven of Cups can be about perspectives as well. Again, it's that openness, being open to different opportunities and realizing that there's more than one path or way to get your happiness. Even if you can't see it literally from where you are, even if it feels like, well, no, that doesn't feel right, I can't possibly see how that can work. It's being open to things changing, that things can change, transform, adapt, and you have power, some power in that as well. So Three of Cups, that feels more like celebration, but we'll see. So Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Six of Wands. Get one more for that. Of course, it has to fall down the side of the table again. Where's that gone? Okay, I may have to pause the video for this because I literally can't see where that's gone. Are you procrastinating by any chance, Taurus? Because the amount of interruptions we've had for this video already, right? You have the King of Pentacles here. So with that Three of Cups, a couple of things are coming to mind. So the first one is a question of whether you feel like you can't succeed alone, and a need to trust that you can. But also, are you very concerned about what other people think and about success? And are you afraid of failing or something as well? If you work on something, are you afraid of failing? Will it be too hard? Those kind of questions come to mind with that, and the stars there. So it's like you need to have hope, really. So your energy specifically, I would say at this point in time, you may not quite be open enough, and you probably need to be more open to whatever it is you need to be open to in terms of probably satisfaction, happiness, achieving whatever it is you want to achieve. I think you need to open up a bit. You might not quite be open enough at this point. You may have a set idea in your head of what you want your happiness to be or how you achieve it. And yeah, there's a need to have a bit more of an open mind there. Could also be that you're in the process of being willing to change, but you haven't made a move yet. As I say, procrastination could be a thing where it's like, well, I want to do it differently, or I want to do something different, but you could be procrastinating on it. So let's put these back. Let's look at the external energy, which is the Six of Wands. So why is the Six of Wands there for Taurus? You've got the Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles again. I mean, that literally looks like a roadblock, doesn't it? You've got the Eight of Wands and the Four of Pentacles like blocking it. Do you feel like there's anyone standing in your way potentially as well? Is that something that's come up for you? You've got the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Are you someone who, in order to do something, you have to be inspired by others or motivated by others to do things? Because that's kind of a vibe I was getting from when it was here, that Six of Wands, it's like that's where people cheer you on, isn't it? It's like where you have cheerleaders, where there are people to see your success. So I know for some people it's like, and I'm not saying you, but for some people, okay, say influencers, for example, on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, it's like a lot of the things that they might do are just for views. It's just for the attention, isn't it? Like if they was going to do that just in general in their everyday life without being on social media, there's no way in hell they'd do it, because they don't care about it. It's like they're doing it for the praise. It's along those sort of lines. Is it like some people need people to egg them on to do something? Like they wouldn't do it unless people were egging them on or supporting them, or that's sort of a vibe I'm getting here. Is that, do you feel like you have to have other people motivate you or something to do certain things? Or to know that there are people there that are going to praise your success? And that can be like a childhood wound, can't it? You know, like if you grew up in a family where the only value, because Taurus is about values as well, isn't it? The only value you have is your success. You know, like in some families, they treat their child like an adult child potentially, or even a little kid, but they treat their adult child like shit, and then round other people, like say if the kid's a doctor or something like that, or a lawyer or whatever, whenever they're around other people, they're like, oh, I'm so proud of my baby, and they're all over their kid. But then in private they treat them like shit, because the only value they have is as like a trophy for the parent, if that makes any sense. Let's get one more after that Six of Swords. That's another card. You've got two cards of movement here together, and it's moving away. What it's moving away from is, I would say, support, to be honest. Let's clarify that Six of Pentacles on its own. And it's not to say you can't have any support at all, but as I said nearer to the beginning, it's about, do you rely too heavily on other people's support? See, the Six of Wands is there again. We've got the Page of Pentacles. That's a child, that is. That's a child. So how much of a role do other people play in your happiness and your satisfaction? Is it all based on their opinions or what they say you should do? That's what's coming to mind, because here, as I say, it looks like there's a desire for movement here, but then you've got the blockage with the Four of Pentacles of the comfort zone. Then you've got the Six of Pentacles. I mean, sometimes that could be you giving to other people, but it feels more like, again, where you need people to motivate you or whatever, or to acknowledge your success, but too much, to the extent where it's like, well, what are you doing just on your own then? And then Six of Swords and the Chariot, that's moving away from that, isn't it? Well, the Six of Swords is moving away from that, and the Chariot is saying, well, you're the one that's in control. You get to decide the path you choose. Like, why are you looking backwards? Why is she looking backwards or sideways or whatever? Why isn't she getting the Sphinxes to do whatever the hell she wants and ride off into the sunset or whatever? So again, Six of Pentacles clarifies here. Page of Pentacles, that's a child. And I believe Page of Pentacles, depending on whose information you follow, can represent Taurus. Typically, it represents just earth energy in general, so all of the earth signs, but I think sometimes people associate it more with Taurus. So that would be that child, that good child that does everything they're told and receives the acknowledgement that they receive and are celebrated because they fulfilled their parents' or elders' wishes. I mean, Nine of Cups is a card of wishes. But now, is it time for you to sort of go off on your own path and figure out what you want and motivate yourself? That's what's coming to mind here. Is it time for you to develop those tools? Because the Hermit is inner work as well, and he lights his own path. He's his own guiding light. Is it time for you to now light your own path and guide yourself, as opposed to sort of relying on anyone else to do that for you? I'm going to put those away. I think we're done with that. Do you have to have other people cheering you on for you to do stuff, or can you do it with when there's no one else there to cheer you on? So I could bring up the codependency thing, but is it codependence? I don't even know. I feel like we overuse that as well, actually. Codependence. It's like everything is codependence. Like, you know, if someone's in a relationship with their partner and they do things for each other, oh, it's codependent. What? So being affectionate and loving towards your partner and treating them with respect is codependent? You know, it's like we're expected to be so independent in life now that we don't have to have anything to do with a single soul to survive. And as I keep saying, no man is an island, are they? It's just about balance and not letting it go too far. So, right, we've got the World and the Two of Pentacles. So I feel this again. So the World for me can often feel like freedom. I think I've said that in quite a few readings over the past few months. And the Two of Pentacles, it's like weighing things up, weighing decisions up, weighing choices up, balancing your life. It's having that freedom and independence to make your own decisions, to follow your own path, to do what needs to be done for you without worrying about anybody else. It's like creating your own balance. I mean, this particular Two of Pentacles, she's perfectly balanced. The other ones, they're usually half up, half down, on one leg, whatever. But this one, she's literally in balance with the Pentacles and the way she's standing as well. So let's see what the Two of Pentacles and the World say. No. Okay, I got a strong no for that. Anything else? Right, so Nine of Wands, and the first thing that comes to mind is fighting your own battles. Oh no, that's too many. And it doesn't mean that your whole life is like this, where you rely on other people, but it might be in a specific area of your life that you rely on other people's opinions. Like, for example, say if you're someone who, every time you get into a relationship, romantic, you have to have the approval of the people that are close to you. It could be that, and then every other area of your life you're completely independent, or it could be in terms of jobs or education where you rely on the people who are close to you to give their input, and then other areas you're perfectly fine. It just depends on your situation, doesn't it? So anything else for the Two of Pentacles and the World, if I can actually hold the cards and not drop them constantly, so that way. Four of Swords. See, that Four of Swords in reverse, it looks like it's avoiding thinking for yourself in a way, because upright, yes, it can be about healing, but for me it can be about deep contemplation as well. So upside down, it's like avoiding doing the deeper analysis. Right, you've got the Knight of Swords there. So that's a need to be honest. It can be honest with yourself, honest with other people. And integrity comes to mind as well. Like, what is your individual integrity? Forget everybody else's integrity. What theirs is. What is your sense of integrity? Integrity comes to mind with the Five of Swords in reverse as well, because upright, there's definitely no integrity with that. But this for me also, with it being in reverse, it's about rejecting other people's ideals and input and interference, basically, and favouring your own truth over that. So we've got the Ace of Cups. I don't even know if that was meant to be in reverse, to be honest, and the Eight of Cups. I feel like they were meant to be upright, to be honest. So upright, yeah, I'm going to put them upright. I know they've come out in reverse, but it feels like they're meant to be upright. So upright, that would be you contemplating what fills your cup. What fills your cup? What do you need to do to get to your ninth cup, which is the wishes, the satisfaction? It wasn't here, was it? Is it under here? Yeah, it's under here, Nine of Cups. So what do you need to do to get to your ninth cup? Forget everybody else. What's in your cup? What fulfills your cup? Without anybody else's input, interference, opinions, whatever. What do you want? What do you want to do? What do you think? I don't know why that's coming up so strongly. It sounds a bit preachy, but that's what's coming up. Okay. I think I'll leave that there. So yeah, as I say, the world, it's that sense of freedom and independence to go off into the world and make your own choices and balance your own shit. Forget everybody else's shit and opinions and whatever and what they say you should and shouldn't do. What do you want? So I'll leave that there. We'll get you a final card of advice. And don't compare yourself to others as well, because we've had a card like that come from the postcard from Spirit deck a few times during these readings. So if it comes out again, I wouldn't be surprised. But let's see what you get. So a final message for Taurus from postcards from Spirit. Final message for Taurus from postcards from Spirit. If they'll actually shuffle. This is a huge deck. So we've got that one. So it says, Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity, an ego, you begin to see through the eyes, I don't know why I said that, of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind, in alignment with divine intelligence, is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved and we are all behind you. So yeah, there's a strong sense here of waking up to what you want and who you are. Again, not just relying on the opinions of others or the input of others. So it spoke of developing an identity, an ego. I mean, that could come into things as well, developing more of your own identity. But I'll leave that message there for you, Taurus. Feel free to like, share or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. If you'd like a personal reading, please go to the description box for information on how to do that. And thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful to you. And until the next video, take care.